Growing a business is kind of tricky right now. Supply chains are squeezed, tariffs and trade policies are dynamic, and cash flow, it's tighter than ever. You need clarity to come out on top. Without it, you risk falling behind. If only you could hop in the DeLorean and see the future, right? Thankfully, there's NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite has real-time forecasting to help you move ahead with confidence. This is your AI-powered business management suite and the #1 cloud ERP. Trusted by over 42,000 businesses, NetSuite brings accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all under one roof. It's your single source of truth, giving you the data and control you need to move quickly. And with AI built in, you can automate the busy work and focus on strategy. NetSuite helps you see what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. If I were running a business with a lot of moving parts, I'd use NetSuite for full control over everything. Tame the chaos with NetSuite. If your revenues are at least in 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/SPI. That's netsuite.com/SPI. The perfect product launch. It's the goal for every brand marketer. High heat, fast sellout, and fans posting recipes like trophies. What do Sydney Sweeney's soap drop, Taylor Swift's tickets, and your next launch have in common? Well, they're not bought, they're bragged about. Fanfare turns your drop into a moment. Fanfare cues real fans, blocks bots, and builds launch experiences worth screenshotting. Want hype without the heartbreak? Get Fanfare's 5-step hype drop playbook with our proven success formula and make your next launch unforgettable at fanfare.io/playbook. Again, fanfare.io/playbook. Hey, I get it. You've worked really hard to build up your business and it's doing great. So great that you need help now. The most important thing for your business is to hire the right people to support it. So how can you find amazing candidates quickly? Easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. And with Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. And it makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, Sponsored Jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. And it's one of the largest databases of job seekers, too, giving business owners access to a wide range of candidates. And one of the things I love most about Indeed is the job alerts feature. I get notified when new candidates apply. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/smartpassive. Just go to Indeed.com/smartpassive right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/smartpassive. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring Indeed is all you need. Hello and Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. This episode comes out 2019 Christmas Day. I want to respect your time. I obviously am recording this ahead of time, but I know you're busy, and whether you're listening to this on Christmas Day or sometime around then, or maybe in the future, it doesn't matter. I want to give you something for being here today. And this is not going to be an incredibly long episode. It's going to be actually short and sweet, and I got a little surprise for you. This is what you're about to hear, a snippet, a clip, audio file from one of my presentations at FlynnCon this past year. FlynnCon happened in July. It was the first ever Team Flynn community event. We had over 400 entrepreneurs come into San Diego, and this was part of day 2 in the afternoon where I gave a talk on time management, and specifically 2 techniques that I've used over the past now few years to make radical changes in just how much I've been able to accomplish, how much more focus I've had, and just progress that I've made in my business. And I wanted to give these to you today. You may have already had access to this through something that I sent a while back last month in an email, but maybe this would be a great reminder for you if you did hear that. But these 2 time management practices, I was so thankful to have the opportunity to share this live and on stage at FlynnCon 1. And I got a lot of great feedback from it, so I wanted to offer it for you too. And I also want to let you know that tickets to FlynnCon 2, July 16 to 18 here in San Diego, California. Looking forward to having many of you who have already signed up and bought your tickets. We still have some tickets available, and the price goes up at the start of the year. So if you want to check that out, FlynnCon.com is where you need to go, FLYNNCON.com. And for right now, just sit back. This is part of the conversation that we had on one of the afternoons at that event. While DIY website tools are everywhere, most fall short on design and performance. Hit publish. Framer ships your site worldwide in seconds. No code, no compromises. Framer is a powerful, user-friendly platform that delivers developer-level results without writing a single line of code. Make your designs move and convert with Framer. Framer brings your site to life with powerful animations, dynamic content handling, and a design-first approach that helps your site stand out. Framer is the design-first, no-code website builder that lets anyone ship a production-ready site in minutes. Browse hundreds of pixel-perfect templates or even design something of your own on a totally blank canvas. Add bold animations like appear effects, text effects, scroll and looping animations, and much more in seconds. And it's free to start. The built-in AI handles the heavy lifting of generating starter layouts and can even translate your entire site to any language. On the back end, you'll get responsive breakpoints, built-in hosting, a flexible CMS, and privacy-friendly analytics. Ready to build a site that looks hand-coded without hiring a developer? Launch your site for free at framer.com and use code SPI to get your first month of pro on the house. That's framer.com, promo code SPI. Framer.com, promo code SPI. Rules and restrictions may apply. Hiring shouldn't be a hassle or a drain on your budget. Upwork is your one-stop shop to find, hire, and pay top freelance talent, saving you time and keeping costs in check all in one place. Companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in the way that they staff key projects and initiatives by assessing a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web development, AI, design, administration support, marketing, and more. And I've personally used them myself and can vouch for them. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, get help drafting a job post, or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them to take your business to the next level. Upwork makes the entire process easier, simpler, and more affordable with industry-low fees. Post a job today and hire tomorrow with Upwork. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That is Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com. Go there now.
When it comes to excuses that we have in our life and in our business, the most common excuse, and I've surveyed my audience too, many of you, this is the number one excuse. I don't have the time. It is, I don't have the time. So I want to talk about time a little bit. We talked about it at the VIP lunch a little bit, and I'm very thankful that a lot of you are looking to figure out how to better manage your time. The number one thing that I've realized with this is, this excuse is just code. It's code that means the things that I want to do are not a top priority for me right now. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though. Sometimes we have to put other things a priority above the other things that we want to do. And so what can we do in those situations? We have to understand, well, where is our time going? How is it being used? And just being conscious about those efforts. And so over time, I've learned to develop all kinds of different kinds of strategies. I've tried all the things under the book, and different things that have worked for other people don't work for me. Some things that work for others work for me as well. And I want to pass on a few options for you to test and try and experiment in your life and your business to see how you might be able to maximize time. And I just wanted to give you stuff that's working for me right now. I've tried the sort of 30-minute timer, 10 minutes off, 30-minute, like, what is it, Pareto or not? Yeah, thank you, Pomodoro. And they even sell like Pomodoro clocks and like little apples that you could twist, and those are fun, but I mean, they don't always work for me. They may work for you. I've tried other strategies, and batch processing works really well, but we don't always have the time to record 4 podcast episodes in a row. So how are we going to figure out where we're going to do these things? Because yes, you might want to start something, but unless you have time to do it, then it's like, well, where are we going to get access to even the opportunity? So I have a couple things for you. Number one, and this has been huge because I didn't even realize how much I was doing this, but this is something called just-in-time learning. And I learned this from the guys over at Internet Business Mastery, specifically Jeremy Franson. And he told me that you should only allow yourself to learn about the things that are relevant to what you're doing right now. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. Number 2 is what I like to call the 20% itch rule. The 20% itch rule. So let's talk about these a little bit. Number 1, just-in-time learning, only allowing yourself to consume information relevant to your next step. This alone has helped shave 80% of the wasted time I had when I was subscribed to 40 different podcasts, when I was reading 10 different blogs in my RSS feed. And yes, consuming content is great. It's fun. You can learn things that can help you and legit actually change your life. But unless you are actually implementing what you are reading or listening to or watching, it's not going to have an effect on what you want to do. So just-in-time learning has been huge, and there might be opportunities very quickly for you to understand I should probably stop doing these things, or maybe I need to subscribe to less podcasts. Am I saying you shouldn't subscribe to the Smart Passive Income podcast? Maybe. Not a definite yes, but maybe. You know, I had a person who had just recently discovered me in my podcast go, I'm going to go to episode 1 and I'm going to listen to all your episodes. And I was like, I'll see you in 2 years when you've done nothing. That's literally what I said. I said, go through the titles, look at the descriptions, figure out what you need to do next and match the podcast episodes to that. You can still listen to the podcast, but you don't have to listen, and you shouldn't listen in the order. This is another thing related to your blog content. If you have a blog, how do we write our blog? We write our blog in chronological order, but is that the same order that people should be consuming that content? Most likely no, which is why getting started page is really important. Hey, you're new here. This is let me filter all this stuff for you so that this is where you start. Then one of the best business decisions I made to create a start here page to make it easy for people so they don't get overwhelmed. So the getting started page is huge. And when it comes to learning, it's hard because we fear that we're missing out on that next big thing, right? We fear that information being absent from us in the future when we could potentially use it. So we all have FOMO, F-O-M-O. Have any of you heard of JOMO? Anybody? Joy of missing out, right? The joy of missing out, JOMO, which I've adopted for a while, and I like that. I like, hey, you know what? I am happy that I'm missing out on these things, but it didn't align for me in my head very well. I needed to restructure this a little bit. So I don't promote JOMO anymore. I promote Joe to the third, Joe 3. That is the joy of opting out. Opting out being the key word. I know that this exists and I choose and I'm purposeful of not doing that right now, of not consuming that right now. That there's a little bit of a difference there. I don't know if you could hear it between the joy of missing out. I felt like I was kidding myself when I was saying that to myself. JOMO, I feel good that my friends are at a party and I'm not. But I can feel joyful that I'm saying no to my friend's party because I'm going to be spending my time with my kids. Opting out, consuming content on purpose. So Joe 3, the joy of opting out. And I want to encourage you to try that. Number 2, the 20% itch rule. 20% itch rule. This is allowing yourself the freedom to use 20% of your time to explore and experiment with new things. This is a relatively new strategy for me that's been working really, really well because I was focused on only do what I'm supposed to be doing and only learn about what the next thing is right now. And I felt like even though I wanted to practice 100%, that I couldn't possibly do that because I'm an entrepreneur, you are an entrepreneur. We want to try new things. Being an entrepreneur is about trying and experimenting. Even if you know you have these other things to do, this other thing is worth experimenting with. And I remember listening to Gary Vee on a live once. I had my earmuffs on, so I was cool. And he was talking about his strategy for how he experiments with new social media platforms, because there was a bunch of new social media platforms coming out at the time. Back then it was like Musical.ly he was big into, which now turned into TikTok and all these other ones. And he's like, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, these are the big 3 for me. Facebook, but I also allow myself a little bit of time to experiment. Like I'm okay with experimenting with them, knowing that they could potentially just fail and die and be okay with that. And I was like, whoa, that's actually really good strategy. And no, you don't need to say it with all those F words, but it can still be very effective. And for me, I love to experiment. I love to try new things. Okay, that didn't hit like I wanted it to. And I gotta say, we took this photo. So I did a photo shoot with some people for business, and it was in a lab, and it was like experiment with your business, right? So I did some fun things, and they were just like, grab that glove, put it on, and look like you're gonna do something. So now that picture is not a waste. I used it. I'm done. I'm not going to use it anymore. Don't worry. Anyway, I love to experiment. And you've seen this from me recently. I've been experimenting with 20% of my time on the Switch Pod recently. A couple of years ago, I experimented with writing a business book with 20% of my time. So how do you figure out 20% of your time to allow yourself to be okay with doing something that that may or may not work. Ramit Sethi does this as well. He uses every Friday to experiment and try and be creative and be a visionary and try new things, knowing that the rest of the week, he's going to be focused and nailing everything he needs to do. And that was a huge revelation for me. So for anybody here who is struggling with wanting to scratch that itch, but also you have all these other things that you need to take care of, try 20%. You might have to adjust it, obviously. Now, how does this work? How can we make this easy? Very simple. Just like with Ramit. On Monday, you're on project A, and then allow for every Friday. You wake up on Friday knowing that's your day to play. And that's been huge for me. And that's where the Switch Pod came into play, which is really cool. Now, the Switch Pod could have totally failed. My invention, and we could have kickstarted it, and it would have been a complete failure. Nothing is, however, a complete failure. You can learn from the situation. So in addition to potentially doing something and having it work, even if it doesn't work, you're still using 20% of that time to experiment and try. And even if it were to fail, you're learning at the same time. You're learning about new things. And therefore, you actually feel like that itch is being scratched.
All right. And that's the little clip for you. I hope that was helpful. So, joy of opting out. I hope that you opt out of some stuff that's going to distract you from the things that you know are important for you and to you right now. And then I hope that you do allow yourself a little bit of freedom and controlled space to experiment, try new things, go big. And you know what? It could work out. So thank you so much for listening in. And to everybody who has listened for any amount of time this year in 2019, thank you so much for being a part of Team Flynn. I hope that I could see you and treat you and serve you in person in San Diego, July 16 to 18. We're looking forward to it. Head on over to the landing page at flynncon.com. You'll get a sense for what it's like, and it's going to be even better and bigger next year. Not bigger in terms of number of people. We're going to have about 500 people maximum there, but bigger in terms of the efforts to serve you and the activities that we're going to have for your families and the location and just all the activities we're going to do. It's going to be a ton of fun. I hope that you'll come in. flynncon.com. Thank you so much. Team Flynn, you're amazing. Enjoy your family, enjoy the time that you have, be grateful for the successes that you've had, and be grateful for the opportunities that are right there in front of you that you're going to take head on in 2020. I appreciate you so much, and I'm here to help you along the way. Until next year, as always, Team Flynn for the win. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Smart Passive Income Podcast at www.smartpassiveincome.com.
Hey there, quick pause here because I have to tell you about a tool that completely transforms the podcasting workflow, Riverside. I get it. I used to juggle multiple platforms just to record one podcast episode. It was exhausting. Zoom for recording, Audacity for editing, and then a bunch of different apps just to create clips and social posts. I've tried other ones as well. They were okay, but they were clunky and super time-consuming. That's where Riverside has massively helped. I can do it all in one place, recording, editing, repurposing, one platform, one streamlined flow. I just log in, record with my guests no matter where they are in the world, and just like that, studio-quality audio and high-resolution video all in one. And get this, even if your Wi-Fi glitches, Riverside records locally on your device so everything sounds and looks crystal clear. But here's my favorite feature, Riverside's AI editing tool. You can remove silences and filler words with just one click. Hours saved. With Magic Clips, Riverside also automatically finds the best moments and turns them into ready-to-post videos for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, all without the extra editing. So if you're looking to level up your production quality and simplify your workflow, go to smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside and use code SMART to get 1 month free on the Pro plan. That's smartpassiveincome.com/Riverside, promo code SMART. It's built by creators for creators, and I think you're going to love it. I get it. You want to grow your business, but selling at scale feels overwhelming. You're drowning in complicated funnels, creating different lead magnets, or constantly posting on social media. And that gets exhausting fast, especially when you're trying to sell to hundreds or thousands of people. But what if you could sell at scale with a simple, powerful quiz? A score app quiz or assessment asks your audience key questions and gives them instant personalized results based on their answers. Your audience gets to know where they are now and shows them the steps they need to hit their goals. You can set up a quiz in minutes using Score App's templates and have a powerful lead magnet that'll do the selling for you. The best part is your audience actually wants to take this quiz, and you build huge amounts of trust before you even make a single offer. No hard sales, no chasing leads, just value at scale. Get 50% off the first 3 months using the discount code SPI. Just head to scoreapp.com/SPI. Again, that's scoreapp.com/SPI.